for us to listen to the songs we love. So tell us about this. Ricky, why don't you go first?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Adam. Thank you for having us, and Julie as well. We're really excited. I mean, when the pandemic started, I went crazy, to be honest. I wanted to invent something of impact of social impact. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I just wanted to create something of wellness because of everything that we were dealing with the pandemic. So, talking to this man who is brilliant in what he does, he mixed my last album, and I said, Jason, what are we doing? Let's just open this vortex, and let's just create something that will mean wellness for everyone around. But we started playing with this new technique that we came up with, and all of a sudden we are experiencing what would be the future of music. I think it's the perfect evolution of what it was and what is going to be. It's like watching television in black and white, and all of a sudden we're watching television in color. This is what we're doing with Orbital Audio. Do you want to explain more or less the madness of this, because it's really insane?
To put it short, it was definitely a love project at first. It was a passion project between Ricky and myself, with Ricky asking me to help him find this idea that he had in his head, where he heard music in multiple dimensions, meaning like if you could put yourself immerse yourself in the audio, so you have that experience between you and the music. That was his passion. That was his main focus.
In other words, we've created we've come up with this technique that, if you have an amazing surround sound system with 10 speakers at home, and all of a sudden that movie or that song you want to bring to your gym, or if you want to take it to their yoga class, or even to the airplane, so you can experience everything just with your headphones. Now you can do it, and that's where we are. It's like, what have we done? This is amazing.
Hold on a second, because we want to throw to some sound so that everyone can hear what we're talking about. And then I got a quick follow-up question for you about the experience of Orbital Audio. So let's throw to that sound.
Simple, las cosas grandes siempre son simples, como el amor que en un suspiro.
Okay, now the one problem listening to this is I have it on an Apple Mac, which is not the best speaker in the world. But when you talk about the Orbital Audience experience, when I'm listening to music, some people love bass, some people like to hear more treble. I love orchestration, but then picking out the individual instruments within what I'm hearing. Is that what Orbital Audio is going to emphasize and make possible for me to do?
I wish we all had headphones on, because these mixes, you can really appreciate them with your headphones. And that's the idea. We wanted to bring Orbital Audio, the wellness of Orbital Audio, or the evolution of music, to everyone. I want everyone to be able to experience this. That child in the middle of a country in Latin America that has no money to buy headphones, but he has headphones, he can experience this. Or you can have the most amazing headphones and also enjoy this. That's the idea.
I think the biggest thing is the big step that we took in sound. Like when we went from mono to stereo, that was a huge jump, obviously. But going from stereo to multi-dimensional, from up to down to behind you to around you, in any direction with multiple instruments, it's just something that when people hear, they can't believe they're hearing, because it's that big of a step.
Yeah, we have all these artists that are already working with Orbital Audio. We have Bad Bunny, Residente, A$AP Rocky, Mike Towers. These are people that all of a sudden are in a studio seeing how their music is evolving, and at the same time they're having a lot of fun with this. And it's been fascinating, because us as musicians, we think we've seen it all and we've heard it all, and this is just the beginning of a new phase and of a new era for music.
Ricky, speaking of, you think you've seen and heard it all, I mean, obviously the pandemic has changed a lot, and as you've talked about, this is kind of where you're putting your creative energy. I think you were supposed to be on tour right now, right, with Enrique?
I was, yes.
Yeah. So if you guys very briefly could just, what's the biggest change you think coming out of this to the music industry, particularly the live music industry?
That's your.
Well, I mean, there's no touring anymore. So the way the artists are getting their, I guess you could say, their visuals or their concerts out is via, IG live or YouTube or any format that just shows them performing. But, it takes away from that intimacy that you have being at the concert. So imagine putting your headphones on, watching the same show and seeing the guitar player, or for example, the record you played, Sting and Ricky, when they're walking around stage or walking behind you, you're actually feeling that experience. You're feeling that you're inside the audience because you can feel the audience all around you. It just takes you into a zone or a mindset, if you will, that makes you really truly feel that you're inside something and a part of it instead of just listening to it.
And that's what we're doing right now. We're trying. I mean, orbital audio translates obviously to music, but it will also translate to movies, and it will also translate to gaming, and it will also translate to wellness apps. Right now, we started a conversation with wellness apps that have been working directly with children. So we're ready to present and offer in this case, the world, just a healing tool. We haven't seen anything yet when it comes to the PTSD that we might get out of this lockdown. So we are preparing the mattress for everyone to have a place to go to feel well. With your headphones. Yes, we are having fun. We're having fun with what this could become in the music industry and in the gaming industry and obviously in music, like I keep insisting, but this is the natural evolution of music. But for wellness, we have to focus on the intention of this. When we started creating it, it was wellness. It was about people being able to have something to lean on when they're feeling out of their skin.
Ricky, Jason, great sound technique that you guys have come up with. Speaking to musicians, many have told me they feel like this is going to be the last industry to get back on its legs following the pandemic. You have the virtual concerts, but they're not the same. What is needed to help artists navigate this pandemic? Is it another stimulus package? Is it something more that can help artists during this time?
That's a good question. I think that right now, what I am doing, my defense mechanism is to focus on what's going to be happening with this project. I do definitely want to do music. I need the audience. I'm going to be honest, the level of anxiety that I was feeling in the beginning of this when I had to cancel the tour and when they told us, hey, Ricky, maybe that's going to be the last time you're going to be performing in front of a live audience. I needed air. I don't know if we need a package, a stimulus package. I'm not going to say no to that. But right now, I am focused on the stillness of what music is giving me. Right now, I'm working on the serenity that I need in order to push through what we're living through, what we're going through. And at the end of the day, it's the reaction of the people, of the industry, of my colleagues. They're just focusing on the moment, and they're not going crazy like I was going crazy on a future that doesn't exist. But this is giving us a lot of hope, not only to us, but everyone that we've been working with.
And fortunately enough, the music business hasn't taken a hit. It's actually the one industry that has improved if you look at the streaming numbers. So there's never been really a hit towards the music business, but there has been a hit towards the touring business, a big hit. And I truly believe that sooner than later, the industry will get back. But more importantly, when it does get back, it'll have that time for the creatives to take that year or 2 years to self-reflect and understand how lucky we have it, and probably come out with better material.
To wrap this up, because most of our audience is an investment-minded audience, where do you guys invest? You're both highly successful, even in quiet periods like this. I would imagine you're looking at opportunities. Where do you see opportunities?
Honestly, it depends upon the election results. But if we just follow the pattern, I would just stick to what you know and what you believe in and what you love. I follow the same theory that a lot of guys do, with investing in things that you feel will change the world. So the standards, the Amazons, the Teslas, the Apples,
orbital audio,
and not to sound too. It can. You're talking about something that now if I told you can take that long flight from New York to Paris and watch your favorite movie, but watch it in surround sound.